Well, greetings collectors. Here we are kind of in the middle of January in the new year 2013, and I thought maybe you guys would be interested in looking at some Honor Daggers. There's not much else to do in the dead of winter here, so maybe you can learn something, and they're also very beautiful to look at if nothing else. We're going to talk about SA, NSKK, and also a Navy Honor Dagger. These are the kind of things that took me my whole life to find, and they're my most cherished possessions, and I'm happy to share them with you, and I hope you'll enjoy this presentation. We're going to start, I think we'll start with the Brookner Dagger. There were Honor Daggers that were available for SA Gruppenführer and high-valued people in the party beginning about 1935. An Honor Dagger typically would be a standard SA from the looks of the outside, and it would not have a chain on it. The Honor Dagger was available through the Eichhorn catalog, and it's shown with and without a Damascus Blade. In the case of this example, it was ordered without a Damascus Blade. It has a plain blade, and it's by the Carl Eichhorn firm, and it may have been a Rome dagger at one time. I say that because it has the early trademark on the reverse of it, the small 33-35 oval. The obverse of the dagger has the standard Alles für Deutschland. You'll notice that the grip and the cross guards are different from others. They have the oak leaf pattern for Honor Daggers with the acorns in the center. These oak leaves are all in silver plate over probably a base metal of silver. The eagle also was normally silver plated. The grip is a standard grip except for the eagle itself being silvered. The scabbard on Honor Daggers is normally leather covered, which this one is, and this one has the original leather still on it. It's got a couple of chinks in it, but it's not bad enough that I would want to recover it. The mounts on the Honor Dagger are the panels that have lined borders on the upper and the lower mount. On this particular dagger, there's a custom-made center mount, and that's because the owner of it, Wilhelm Bruckner, who was Hitler's SA adjutant, chose to wear the dagger from a hanging mechanism rather than just a short hanger. He originally had the dagger hung from a gorget chain, and later decided to go with a set of Hitler Youth Leader hangers, probably in 1938 when the Youth Leader came out. I have photographs that show Bruckner wearing the dagger both ways, and I can show you them because I think it's an interesting thing. Cut it a second. This photograph here shows Bruckner standing with Hess at the opening of Vogelsang, which was one of the youth schools for raising future leaders. You can see that he's wearing his Honor Dagger, but it's suspended from a gorget chain and it's kind of twisted up. I think that he didn't like this method, and that's why he went to the leather straps later on. Now in this photograph you can see Bruckner with the Hitler Youth Leader straps hanging from the inside pocket of his overcoat. And then on the next photograph Well, this shows Bruckner with an early dagger. I don't believe this is the Honor Dagger, worn from a short hanger. And in this famous picture, you can see Bruckner wearing the dagger from the H.J. leader hangers very plainly. This dagger was vet purchased in western Pennsylvania, and it came with those hanging straps on it just as it is. The only thing that I added was the Hitler Youth belt loop, which is special to youth leader hangers because of the hardware that attaches to the snap clip. See how that's a little different shaped. So that's the Brookner dagger. Let me put this away and we'll get to the next piece. Okay, this next piece is my SA chain high leader. It really has a beautiful tiger grip on it that you could probably see this one coming a mile away with that grip. It has great silvered oak leaf honor pattern the way it should, and has the panels on the scabbard. The scabbard, of course, is leather covered. The difference between an honor dagger and a chained high leader obviously is the chain itself. The dagger itself is, except for the center ramp, identical to an early honor dagger. Now the chain hanger consists of a series of swastika links for both chains that are connected to a special SA snap clip. In the instance of this example, you can see there's a period repair right here where apparently a link came off and was redone during the time. I could change this to make it look a little nicer, but I kind of like to leave things alone where it speaks to the integrity of the dagger. Now the center ramp on this is the early type. This was in two parts that folded over and rivets held it together. The leather was run underneath of this because the leather was on the scabbard when this clip was installed. The later clips do not have these two rivets, and the leather just runs to the ramp instead of under it. That's a good thing to know. Another little tidbit too that I find with phony chained leader chains, normally these small tab rings that connect the ramps are round on the phonies, and you can see that on the original chain those connecting links are oval, not round. That's one thing you can pretty much take to the bank, and it's a fast way to know right away. Now this dagger, of course, is equipped with a hand-forged Damascus blade. It's a maidenhair pattern like they usually are. The Alles für Deutschland is flanked by oak leaf sprigs, and the pattern is very, very beautiful. Every one is different, of course, because they're all handmade. On the reverse, it has the trademark used from 1933 to 1935, and chances are that SA chain leaders were probably converted from early honor daggers, because really all they had to do was add the center ramp and the chain in order to make the final product. So that's my honor dagger. I've had this since the late 70s when a friend of mine, Bill Lorette, found this dagger in Prague. And in those days it was still under the Iron Curtain, and he literally smuggled it out, but don't tell anybody. Okay, that's the chained high leader. Now, in order to keep up with the SA, the NSKK people also wanted a chained honor dagger to wear, and this is an example that I'm honored to have on consignment, and I'm also happy to say that it has a new buyer. He'll be getting the dagger once he pays for it. I'll miss it, I'll tell you that. But what we have here with the NSKK version, it has the same silvered honor pattern oak leaf guards with the acorns, the silver grip eagle. The grip is basically a standard grip that you would see on any nice SA dagger. The scabbard is covered in black leather because it's NSKK. In the case of this scabbard, it was redone a few years ago, but it was a great job, and it looks exactly like it would have been originally. The difference between the high leader SA piece and the NSKK on the scabbard is a special center ramp that was custom made for these daggers. It's made of nickel and was silvered. It's some of the silvering's worn off of it, but you can see it has a little square rectangular design in the middle, and it's retained by one screw. Attached to the upper and center ramp is an NSKK chain that's similar to the standard NSKK officer's dagger, with the exception that these links are solid nickel. They're not nickel plated. Also, they have no RZM markings or hardware markings on the reverse. They're also a bit thicker than standard NSKK chain links. And then attached to the, well, I should mention too, there's only 3 links at the top, whereas the standard officer usually had 4 links. And they consist of alternating NSKK eagles and sun wheels with the special NSKK runic symbol in the center of the lower chain. Now, the chains are connected to a standard NSKK snap clip having the oak leaf with acorns in between. Now, you will see a different clip that was also used as an option, or perhaps later in the period. This special clip is silver hallmarked and a little different design, and unfortunately I don't have one to show you, but you'll be able to see this kind of thing in my new essay book, which I'm hoping to complete this year and finally get out. So stop bugging me about it. It will be coming out. Okay, now the blade on this NSKK high leader is also made in here, hand-forged Damascus. Has the SA motto with oak leaf sprigs next to it. This dagger had most of the gilding gone from the letters, so we have a special process that we were able to apply the gold back again, and it looks the same as it did when it was new. On the reverse of the blade, it has the standard Icorn 3335 small oval trademark, but also a special addition to the NSKK high leaders is the fact that it has the hewn line, who of course was the boss of the NSKK, the hewn line facsimile signature etched into the Damascus. Very, very fine item here, and probably much rarer than the SA version, because obviously there were a lot fewer NSKK people than there were SA people. These daggers are still unappreciated because they sell for basically the same amount of money as a SA chained high leader, which will probably change in the future because they really are a lot rarer. Okay. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the Naval Honor Dagger. As you can see, the dagger comes in a beautiful leather box having a gold naval eagle on the lid. The box opens with these two catches, and inside, voila, is a beautiful Naval Honor Dagger. You can see the box is marked with the Eichhorn trademark. This one is from the post-1941 period. Now, from what we know, there's about 17 of these Naval Honor Daggers currently known. How many were originally made, we're not sure, but there could have been a couple of dozen. As most people know, they have the 17 diamonds in the swastika pommel. And the diamonds are little mine-cut stones, and each one is completely faceted and really a beautiful thing on its own. The grip is made of ivory, quite beautiful. If you look at the grain and the gold tone to it, the lines in the finish, really something nice. The grip is wrapped with a special gold oak leaf wrapping. Each oak leaf is highly detailed and also quite beautiful. The crossguard is relatively plain with just a rectangular center block on both sides, and then the special scabbard has oak leaves which run the length of it and a fouled anchor in the top section between the two bands. The same is true on the reverse of the dagger. Now, this particular example apparently was surrendered during the war, and it has a broken blade. Very disheartening, but then again, it speaks to the integrity of the piece. It was a surrendered piece, and I know I have paperwork to support the fact that there were orders to break blades that were surrendered in the Navy. Probably not too many people followed them, but occasionally we do see this. So here you go. Boom. Very disheartening. But you can see on the Damascus Blade, the Eichhorn trademark is etched in there. It's kind of difficult to see in this sun. There's also the remains of a letter here in the inscription. Now, there were, out of the 17 naval daggers, honor daggers that we know of, about 10 of them were presented to U-boat commanders for the great feats that they accomplished with sinking of tonnage. The other 8, 9, 10, we don't know how many there were, which this one is one of them, were presented to admirals who were retired by the U-boat commander. Can't think of his name here. Stop the film. Sorry, I lost my thought process there for the moment. The great U-boat commander Karl Donitz was put in charge of the Navy by Hitler, who sacked Raeder. Donitz had a problem with these 8 or 9 admirals that outranked him when he was put in charge of the Kriegsmarine. So rather than just sacking them with nothing to show, they were all given one of these honor daggers, and mine is definitely one of those pieces because I can tell by the remains of the inscription. The inscription basically said, in appreciation for your service to the Kriegsmarine. So, there you go. That's a quick viewing of several honor daggers, and I hope you guys can stumble across 1 or 2 of these in your path as you go along with collecting, period. There's nothing more fascinating than an honor dagger, and I have to tell you, it makes you sleep well at night to know that you have one. Good luck to you.